All right, Max Fosh. I made tourists think they landed at the wrong airport. Max Fosh, also known as the guy who sings in the Calfreezy funeral, or the Morpheus funeral. He has a whole choir. But he's done a video recently that's got himself 5 million views we're checking out. So let's check this one out. Not Calfreezy's funeral, yeah, made that very clear.
Panic. Made letters saying welcome.
Passengers flying into Gatwick were in a state of panic.
Made letters saying welcome to Luton.
Air passengers flying into Gatwick.
That's really funny.
Everyone's thinking that we've been diverted.
It's in the Daily Mail, the Daily Telegraph.
What is driving the internet crazy?
That's my kind of gag.
Gotcha.
None like. YouTubers are sick these days.
Now, I've always wanted to have a viral news story, one that attracted all the best and worst types of attention.
Max die. Thanks.
And it was when I was flying into London a few months ago that I remembered something. There was a guy in America who had written "Welcome to Cleveland" on his roof, and it's been there for the last 34 years.
See how he said, "Why did you do it?"
Is it actually in
it was
Cleveland?
Wednesday.
Only problem is, he was from Milwaukee. This was silly enough to pique my interest, and so I wanted to do my own version in the UK.
My life is just peg, peg, peg.
That's what she said. Or he said, to be fair.
Wait, no.
And before I figured out what I would write, I needed to find a location that would work. And in London, that was going to be harder than I thought.
I'm worried it's going to cause a backlash, and I'm too old to deal with that at the minute.
But I haven't stopped doing silly things before when it all got tricky. And so I went out and sat on the phone for weeks, targeting every house, business, equestrian centre around Heathrow and Gatwick. I realised pretty quickly that Heathrow was never going to work. The planes fly over central London when they're coming into land, and I wasn't going to find land large enough for what I wanted. So that left me with Gatwick. A bit of investigative journalism on Flight Radar showed me that 75% of the
So Kim Foss, Zante. Big up Cherry Bay. Anyone been Zante?
landings came from the east. So this patch of land was my target. And after weeks of calling, I was invited for a site visit.
Hello mate, I'm here meeting Rosie or what? Just to talk about some space you've got out here. She knows I'm coming today.
You're not got Ivy in boots and everything?
No, she just told us to come down at 11.
I eventually got a high vis on and had a look at the site, and it was perfect.
Rosie! Hiya.
The planes weren't actually flying in from the correct side that day, but you could still hear them as the runway was only a few hundred yards away. On a plane. I now needed to work out what I was going to write on this 80-metre long blank canvas.
I know I want it to be something like welcome to, but I don't know where I'm welcoming them to. I'm doing this on the back of an old script of one of my stand-up shows. Professional. I want the passengers to think genuinely for half a second that they have actually landed in the wrong place. So I was thinking of things like welcome to New York, Dublin, or welcome to Edinburgh. I just don't think it's that believable. Then the conversation is, where else could it be? Heathrow, City, Stansted would be quite funny. Or Luton, because there is a reputation about Luton that I am not going to confirm or deny whether I agree with that reputation, but it's considered to be the worst of the London airports.
It is. It's not considered. It is.
Mainly because it's not in London. Luton is officially, objectively, according to Google, the worst rated London airport.
Video idea. Worst British airport versus best British airport.
There is data to back up this stereotype about Luton, okay? They've got their own welcome to Luton sign. Right, okay. Right, having to size this up, I need an artist.
And I had one. Introducing artist extraordinaire Angus. Angus the artist ordered a literal ton of tarpaulin to their house, and over 2 weeks, Angus got cutting, crafting, and before I knew it, it was the day of the installation.
6:45 in the morning. The last time I was in my car at this hour, I was picking up a pheasant from the side of the road. That's still warm. Slightly more exciting day today. I haven't seen the size of it. I don't know what it's going to look like from the plane. It's very silly, but it's the reason why we do this. Silly to the max. Hello.
It's sick that like YouTubers are getting this far in these days compared to old school. Like, here's our vlog of us going to the cinema and getting steak, and here's us going to IKEA. Now, like, to do a video, you have to do this. It's kind of nuts.
Arrived at the field and it was the first time that I
YouTube
could
changed.
see all of Angus's hard work.
Jeez. How much tarpaulin is this?
150 square meters.
Should we write welcome to?
The first step, laying out the gigantic 3x8 metre letters.
Like a birthday card when you're running out of space. Yeah. So let's just see how big they are. I'm just quite intrigued. So this is just the top half of the O. That's a big letter. There's the E. George is working on the C. That looks big enough. It's not the first time I've said that. We're writing in massive letters, welcome to Luton. Yeah. You seem to enjoy it. I'm excited now.
Honestly, really like that to look like on a plane.
Are they going to be able to see it? That is the big question.
I had agreed with the landowners that the sign would be up for 6 weeks, and so this sign had to be properly installed. And that meant painstakingly hammering a peg into each individual ringlet. And there was a lot of them.
How many individual ringlets are there?
382 to be precise.
This whole exercise wasn't cheap. All in all, the land, the sign and the installation was costing me over £4,000. But that's how far I will go to make something silly.
My life is just peg, peg, peg.
He made a profit, surely.
Wait, no.
And luckily Lightyear was here to help burden that load.
A few more ringlets to go.
But more on them later.
No, I don't want to hear about them.
The last one.
I think the profit was there, lads. I think he made the profit.
The sign was complete, but I actually had no idea what it looked like from the air. So the very next morning, I took a flight from London Heathrow.
He actually did this. I thought we would have got a drone. You can't have a drone near the airport.
London Gatwick, via Amsterdam. And having boarded my flight in Amsterdam, taking my seat on the left-hand side of the plane, the pilot came over the intercom to make the oddest announcement.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your flight from Amsterdam to London Gatwick. This morning I want to talk to you about Lightyear, the new...
Nice integration, okay.
What makes Lightyear different to the other investment? Well, they're absolutely...
Fucking rate that, I'm not going to lie. I rate that. That's a round of applause, Max Fosh. That was actually very good. That was very, very good. I'm going to skip it, but still.
Okay, cabin crew for takeoff. Cabin crew for takeoff.
I have to say that the flight wasn't particularly packed.
So what happens if, like, he did this whole flight, booked it all, had the right side of the plane, and then they get diverted to a runway? They did the whole flight all over again.
There weren't a huge amount of people to see the sign,
So you could have spot
but no
signs.
matter, because as I approached Gatwick, there she was, in all her glory. And the woman behind me was a bit confused.
It says welcome to Luton. We haven't landed in Luton, have we? Over there. Sorry to panic you there. It just said, they said welcome to Luton. I got scared for a minute.
Yeah, somebody obviously intending on scaring
What a dickhead. Who would do that?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. I thought we landed in the wrong place with the welcome to Luton sign. Yeah, sorry.
Just got off the flight. It's definitely visible from the plane. You can see it 100%.
He's gassed.
I don't think many people on the flight really clocked it. Oh no, have I done this all for nothing? I guess it's now wait and see if anyone, I don't know, posts about it. I hope so.
That's actually horrible, like waiting, just praying like someone actually posts about it. Imagine the whole prank had it there for 6 weeks and no one even noticed it. There we go.
This tweet is popping off.
Love
I think it's on
that.
like 1,000 likes now. Just see where it goes from here, really. Hopefully it goes upwards.
Passengers flying into Gatwick were in a state of panic when they looked out of their windows to see the words "Welcome to Luton."
Someone in their garden spelt out the words "Welcome to Luton" at Gatwick Airport.
He's looking out of the plane window and he's seen this huge sign and it's completely thrown him.
Practical jokes and pranks are always cruel. Is that how do you feel, Ali? Tell me.
It can be quite entertaining.
Someone had a heart attack looking at that.
Really?
So I'm sitting on the window seat, and all of a sudden, there's just this massive sign that says "Welcome to Luton."
The most viewed news story on the entirety of the BBC.
Just flying into Gatwick. What? Quite a shock.
I just got a message saying it's on the news in Portugal.
Chama-se Max Fosh, junto ao aeroporto inglês de Gatwick.
Why is this going international? It's not that funny.
I think it should be there forever. I just think it's such a brilliant joke.
That's my kind of gag.
I think it's hilarious, yeah.
Okay, good.
And with all this attention, I thought it was time to come clean.
It was you, wasn't it?
It was me.
You're the Luton, welcome to Luton man.
Yeah,
I am.
Max Fosh, now known as the Welcome to Luton man. Max, welcome to Luton Fosh.
Hey.
Come on.
Love that. Banger. Man like Max. I think he hit 1 million subs now as well, right? Make sure you subscribe to him. Link down in the description if you're watching on YouTube. Big boy video. Retention, 9 minutes 14. Look, he's playing the game. He's playing the game. He's doing it right. It's on 5 mil views already.